when times are tough, you tighten your belts. You don't go buying a boat when you can barely pay your mortgage. You don't blow a bunch of cash on Vegas when you're trying to save for college. You prioritize. You make tough choices. It's time your government did the same. Now, that's why I continue to insist on making investments for job growth this year, why I continue to insist that we put more money into education. That's why I say we put more money into science and technology for innovation. That's why I continue to believe that we've got to invest in our infrastructure so that we are building the kind of America that can compete in the 21st century. Those are smart investments. That's like buying the new boiler. If it's busted, you got to get a new boiler. If the roof's leaking, you got to fix the roof. There's some things you got to do. But you can put off buying the new curtains, even it'd be nice to have. You know, that remodeling the bathroom, I mean, everything's working. Don't need it right now. I mean, what we've been having are folks who want to buy the curtains but don't want to fix the boiler. And our priorities have to change. That's why I've proposed cutting more than 120 government programs, consolidating ones that are duplicative, reducing ones that are wasteful, eliminating those that just don't work. That's why I proposed to cap government spending over the next 3 years. Spending related to Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, and our national security will not be affected. But all other discretionary government programs will. That doesn't mean we have to do less. It just means we've got to do more with the money we've got. And that's why I'm grateful that both the House and the Senate have now voted to reinstate what's called the pay-go rule. It's a very novel concept. It means pay as you go. By the way, that is not to be confused with Paul Hodes' wife, Pego. All right, that's a different, although I really like her too. So the pay-go rule helped create those record surpluses back in the 1990s. You remember that? That was way back when. Instead of the record deficits that we had when I came into office. And the concept here is, as I said, it's very simple. You want to start a new program? Go ahead. But you've got to cut another one to pay for it. That's how we'll make sure we're spending your money wisely. You want to cut taxes for somebody? That might be a good idea. But you got to find a way to close the revenue hole so that everything actually adds up. That's how we'll get our deficit under control. That's something that Democrats and Republicans should be able to agree to. If we could just stop playing politics. Get past the Washington game. Now, let me just give you an example here, because we released the budget right away. The other side says, "Oh, look at all these trillions of dollars debt." Absolutely. I mean, I'm concerned about it very much. It keeps me awake at night, looking at all that red ink. Most of it is structural, and we inherit it. The only way that we are going to fix it is if both parties come together and start making some tough decisions about our long-term priorities. But last week, the Senate blocked a law that I had supported to create a bipartisan fiscal commission that would come up with a set of recommendations for cutting our deficits in the long term. This is a difficult thing. It's only going to be solved if we do it together. This law failed by 7 votes. When 7 Republicans who had co-sponsored the bill, had co-sponsored the idea, suddenly walked away from their own proposal after I endorsed it. So they make a proposal, they sign on to the bill, I say, great, good idea. I turn around, they're gone. What happened? Now, Look, it's one thing to have an honest difference of opinion on something. There's nothing wrong with that. But you can't walk away from your responsibilities to confront the challenges facing the country because you don't think it's good short-term politics. We can't afford that. We can't afford that. Now, the message you all sent when you elected me, the message that was sent this past month, is whether you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, you're out of patience. You're out of patience with this kind of business as usual. You want us to start worrying less about our jobs and more about your jobs. You want us to worry less about our election and more about solving your problems. And for once, you'd like a government that reflects a sense of responsibility and decency and generosity because that's how you try to live your lives. That's the spirit that led students here at Nashua North to spring into action in the wake of the tragedy in Haiti. And I want to congratulate you guys for planning fundraisers and selling ribbons and collecting money at lunch, all to help folks that they've never known, in a place that most of them have never been. We're proud of you for that. That's good work. That's good work. It's that same spirit that drives small business owners, like Tim and like Kedar Gupta, the CEO of ARC Energy. I told you about him. Told about the company. These are the two guys who are running it right here. Now, Kedar founded ARC, but he also, years before, co-founded a company called GT Solar. With just $1,000, it now has 343 employees, hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue. And as he was growing that company, nursing it from $1,000, he made sure his employees shared in the company's profits. When the company hit hard times, he cut his own salary first. When talking about his business philosophy, he explains that many CEOs take a me, me, and me approach. But his approach has been we. Not about benefiting just himself, but lifting his employees too, and his community. We need that kind of spirit. We've come through a tough year and a tough decade. But that fundamental decency, that sense of determination, that grit, that willingness to work hard in pursuit of a good idea, the determination to do what's right, that's been at the core of the American experience. And that should fill us all with optimism about what lies ahead. So let's put aside the small things. Let's come together. Let's do what's hard. Let's welcome what's hard. Let's welcome the challenge. Let's do what's necessary to help the middle class succeed again, to give our kids a shot at their dreams again, and to fulfill the promise of this great country in our time, in our generation. That's our task. Thank you very much, everybody. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Thank you.